And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston.
From his end zone, here's Tremont Smith. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. They'll start on the ground with Pierce.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mills. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Now Mills on 4th down.
And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game, and this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. Carr now on 1st down.
And this one incomplete, threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should.
Oh, trying to get that to Adams, but that's intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it off, and the Texans are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. He's going to find his receiver, Chris Moore. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
A 1st down throw for Mills.
It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
1st and 10, it's Pierce.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Here's Mills. He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins.
He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
Pierce will try to pick it up.
And he will have the 1st down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good.
Mills on 1st down.
This is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Chris Moore, 26 yards.
And the Texans use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Mills going to throw for it.
And that is incomplete here. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
He'll get this to about the 38. From the 38, Carr. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 45-yard line. A nice pickup of 17 yards.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 45-yard line. Here's Carr to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw. And that one going to come up short. Low throw. Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't, because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think you might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield, and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Carr again. Past the 20. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 17-yard line. Into the red zone, it's Carr. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Hunter Renfrow from 17 yards out. And the Raiders have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead. Now they send a man in motion right. They'll try to run it with Jacobs. And he is into the end zone to give them a 2-point lead. And so they run it in on the 2-point try. You know, so often, Charles, we talk about from the offense's perspective what you do on the 2-point conversion. How about the defense? How do they play run versus pass?
It's really difficult for them because I think most teams want to play for the pass. That's what they see most teams do. And so are you able to mass enough people inside if the team decides to run it? Very difficult. I think what you're seeing a lot more now, people blitzing the 2-point conversion. They want you to make a quick decision and make it right now.
There, the offense wins the battle for 2. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Throwing, Mills. And they were looking to set up the screen, but that's going to be incomplete. Almost wound up going the other way. Well covered defensively, and it'll bring up 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Mills. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 48-yard line. Up the gut with Burkhead. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Mills. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
To Pierce, they set up the screen. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Mills. Delivers another one to Pierce. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. They go play action. Mills. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And they'll work this down inside the 30. This offense has converted 2 third downs on this drive already. This is 3rd and 4. Going for it with Pierce. And he is going to lose yardage here. Fourth down, Mills. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Raider D, they get the football back. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
A run on 1st down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing now is Carr. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you. And
he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Rex Burkhead, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Texans are able to move back in front. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead is up to 5. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Here's Abdullah from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the 4th quarter, but you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's 1 interception, we're still in the first half, I'm going to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On play action, now Carr. He sets to fire deep. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it. And the Texans will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They'll start following the interception in great field position at the 45. There on the stop, it's Neil Farrell. Play action now, Mills. Targeting Moore, and he's got him on the crossing pattern. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Mills now looks to throw on first down. Again, he finds Moore. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Running it out of the gun with Pierce. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. That stop by Neil Farrell. He got home and finished the play off. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
On a slant, here's Collins. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. They'll run here with Pierce. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Open man is Cooks. He's got it. Touchdown, Texans. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Texans will extend their lead here just before halftime. They'll try and run it here. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. So they kept it on the ground, got it into the end zone. But Charles, sometimes you probably see teams treat a 2-point conversion differently than if it was 1st and goal from the 2, or I should say 3rd and goal from the 2.
I agree with you totally on that. A lot of teams treat it as if they have farther to go and shy away from running the football. I think this is a great spot to do it because most teams play you for the pass. Go ahead and run and let your linemen surge and fire out.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. Quickly a slant to Renfro.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
The final shot here before half for Carr. He's going to let this one go deep. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Desmond King picks it. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this 3rd quarter of action. Here's Abdullah from his end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result had he opted for the touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Now a play fake. Carr on the move to his left. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Carr can beat you in a lot of ways. The scramble there, a perfect example as he gets the first. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. Wide open receiver complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Play action. Now it's Carr. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
On play action, it's Carr. Touchdown Raiders. Keelan Cole from 19 yards away.
And the Raiders have got it back to within a score.
That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead and, oh, there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward, it's just not there.
It's so risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
But, Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. But I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. And they'll try to throw here. Mills.
Out to the left, he's got his tight end, Akins.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. On 2nd down, here's Pierce.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. On 3rd down, here's Pierce.
And they'll bring him down 1 yard shy after a pickup of 4. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this third quarter. On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Raider D, they get the football back. The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
And the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
Okay, so the personal foul penalty, and those are some important yards lost right there.
Yeah, it all comes down to discipline, doesn't it? And every team tells us that they coach it, they preach it. In this case, it slipped a little bit.
Carr going to give it to Jacobs.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
The slot man in motion right.
2nd down, Jacobs once more.
And this time not as successful, as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the gun, it's Carr.
They swing that out wide to Jacobs. And the Raiders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
To throw is Carr. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
And next time, Brandon, I think you might want to consider running it, because those defensive backs, they were plastered to the receivers, and they weren't letting up as that play went on.
On 2nd and goal, Carr. This is caught. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. 3rd down and goal now, and this Houston defense not backing down. They'll look for one more stop. Now Carr again. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs, a 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Raiders are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
Taking it about the 1. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. 1st down, Mills.
That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
Play fake, Mills.
And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Trayvon Merrick.
The 30. 10, 5. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
In a tie game fourth quarter, that's about as big of a defensive play as you can possibly make.
And it didn't happen by accident. That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations the type of plays they like to run, read it, and were able to go after the football, get it, and take it into the end zone for a touchdown for themselves.
Now they bring a receiver in motion right. They're going to try and run. And he is into the end zone. The conversion attempt is good, and that'll give them an 8-point lead here in the fourth. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Out of the end zone comes Smith. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And can they regroup? That's the question. The pick six hurt, no doubt, but this is still a one-score game here in the fourth. And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's second down. On 2nd and 9, Mills. Throw left side complete. That's Pierce. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. On 3rd down, here's Mills. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. A first down throw for Mills. He's got it to Collins, complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A run for Pierce out of the gun. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Chris Moore with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. And it's caught. And with it, we are tied here in the 4th. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. Here's Abdullah from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now Carr. Looking deep for Adams. This is caught inside the 15. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th.
I don't know how many more of these my heart can take, my man. I just don't know. Another big touchdown late in the game. They look like they're in control, but still, there's a chance. Block the extra point, go down and score, kick the extra point themselves. They can pull this one out.
Yeah, but also on the sideline that just took the lead, you got to get your defense ready and the special teams unit for the kickoff coming up.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Got to pull everyone together and make sure they're still focused and aren't already celebrating a win.
And he is into the end zone. The conversion attempt is good, and that'll give him an 8-point lead here in the 4th. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
One last shot from Mills. Oh, he forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted. Picked off by Matthias Farley. And the Raiders are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game.